What is the 16th thing that I would do differently if I were going to college today? I would create my first $1 million before going to college. Hi, I'm Passion Darby, and 31 years ago, almost to date, I was an 18-year-old young woman, and I decided that I was going to college no matter what. And I did go to college that fall. It was fall of 1993. So here I am, 31 years later, and I have amassed a vast amount of wisdom, information, and knowledge that I will be sharing with college goers today through this channel. So, what is the 16th thing that I would do differently if I were going to college today? I would have used entrepreneurship to make my first $1 million before going to college. Then I would have used college resources to sustain my business's success. So, what made me come to this conclusion? A few things. The first thing is that I lived with an aunt of mine during the summer, I think of summer of 1997, right before I was set to graduate from college. And she was living in Washington, D.C. at the time, and I was there interning for BET Networks. And she had her own business. And I remember, because I was so in love with college and still am, or the college experience, I remember her telling me that she did not finish college, and I was so shocked because our family, the Darby family, has such a strong legacy of education and higher education. And so I was shocked by that, and I asked her, why didn't she finish college? And she said she became bored with college, and she felt like it was just a buffer between childhood, or rather adolescence, and people, those same adolescents wanting to move into adulthood and take responsibility for their lives. And she said that she decided to leave college and start her own business because college was not going to get her any further than her own business would in her mind. So I always remember that. Now, there was no way I was going to drop out of college and do the same thing because I really enjoyed college and I wanted to, at that time, I was aiming to be a newscaster, and I was on that path, I felt. So I heard her perspective, I listened intently, and I never forgot it. But the more I've grown and aged, and over the last couple of decades, I believe that a lot of her perspective was correct. And the parts that I believe that are correct is that if college is not used as a resource and as a training ground or a stepping stone, it can be a simple buffer between adolescence and adulthood. So, and I noticed that even with my own college students who I teach, they do not arrive to college with a plan to leverage campus resources or college resources. And so it does end up being just a buffer for them between adolescence and adulthood, and a complete waste of time. So that is why I say I would not only make my first $1 million before going to college, but I would then go into college after achieving that goal and use the college resources to sustain my business success, because that is possible to do. Another thing that made me come to this conclusion is the FIRE number. So FIRE means financial independence, retire early. And I can hear people saying in my mind now, well, Passion, you're talking to college bound students or college students, and they're too young to have this topic. No, 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 that is incorrect. You are never too young to start studying money, learning about money, thinking about money, and planning to build wealth and create wealth. You're never too young, and the younger the better. So the FIRE number is the amount of money that you need in order to retire early. And I am in a course right now that is hosted by a business called Our Richer Journey. that talks about how to go about or teaches people how to retire early. So the fire number is calculated by multiplying the amount of money that you're going to need per month times 12, so 12 months in a year, times 25 years, because that is typically the amount of time that people are in retirement. And if you take the number $5,000 per month, which is a lot of money to live on if you are intelligent and you budget wise and you live below your means, and you multiply that by 12 months, that is $60,000. And then if you multiply that by 25 years, that's $1.5 million. So imagine entering college with most of that amount. That will allow you to actually enter college as a retiree already, at least on financial in your financial statements. Yes, you may go on to college. Yes, you may go on to work for an employee or do whatever you want. But the most important thing is that you will arrive in college already ready to retire or positioned to retire financially. And that is ahead of the game, trust me. Another reason why I came to that conclusion is because $1 million is enough for you to be free. And so, as I talked about with the fire number, if you have 1 million and you leverage it well and you budget it well and you don't overspend and you live below your means, you really can live well off of the investment of $1 million. So that's why I came up with that number. And for me, a person who does live below my means and a person who does budget extremely well, I know that is enough for me. And then the next thing that made me come to that conclusion is that I now know, as a 49-year-old woman, that money is a much more powerful tool than a college degree. A college degree to me symbolizes that you can complete what you start. I really cringe when I see students enter college and don't finish, because that signals to me that they might have already established a habit of quitting. And to me, how we do one thing is how we do everything until you become conscious of your habits and course correct, which could honestly take decades, because I honestly know some 50-year-olds and some 60-year-olds and almost 70-year-old people who still have not course corrected their poor habits. So it can take you time to course correct. So because of that, you need to understand that money is a much more powerful tool than a college degree, and you don't want to go out into the world thinking that the college degree is going to get you. It may get you into doors, but it won't keep you into doors. And in case those doors are closed on you, you will need money as your tool to bounce back from that experience. The other reason that I came to that conclusion is building a business develops a level of discipline in you that you will need to succeed in college and in life. So, yes, you will build some strong character attributes while you are in college, but building a business is next level character attributes. It requires discipline. For instance, I launched this business, Passion for College, on January the 1st. In the midst of that, I have had a birthday that I wanted to celebrate. I've I'm inside of a detox program, a 30-day detox program. That ends on January 30th. I am also planning to relocate abroad. I am doing so many different projects. I'm packing up my apartment. I'm doing all these different things, but I'm still doing these videos because this is something that I committed to, and I have committed to that verbally, and I have to honor that because that is a business commitment that I made. Now, if this was school or a college course, I could work my way around not doing it. I would figure out a way to turn in a paper late or something like that if I needed to, because there are policies in place to protect me within the higher education community. But when you are in business, you must show up no matter what. You must show up for your potential customers or clients or whomever you have made commitments to. The other reason I came to this conclusion is building a business and trying to reach a goal like a $1 million goal. It will help you develop time management skills and people management skills, and you will need both of those things to maximize college resources, particularly the college's human resources, because you will meet a lot of personalities in college that you definitely need to manage. Not just your classmates, but administrators and faculty are people too. And they can be just as fickle as young people or college students. So you need to have good people management skills, and I think that entrepreneurship is a wonderful way to develop people and time management skills. The other thing that made me come to this conclusion is I would be free to go to college without student loan debt and free from having to seek employment after graduation. So when I was going to undergrad, I did have to take out student loans in order to attend undergrad. And a lot of people have had to do that. And a lot of people will still have to do that. But imagine if you start your business before going to college and you make enough money to sustain yourself and to pay your tuition. You will not have to take out student loans, and you will not have to seek employment after you graduate from college. You can just continue to build your business and work for yourself. So, those are the things that made me come to the conclusion that that is the 16th thing that I would do differently. Also, your level of maturity will be above non-entrepreneurial college students. I think that's something that my aunt shared also when she told me why she left college. She said that she was just way more mature than most of her peers, and she just didn't see college, that she needed college because she was ready to go out into the world. And then finally, you will be free and you will have time, location, employment, and financial freedom. And honestly, freedom is what life is really about. A college degree is only part of the freedom puzzle, and that it teaches you how to complete what you start, as I said earlier. You don't want to go through life starting the habit of quitting. So college to me is your college degree is a symbol that you actually stuck through a process, took the steps, which are the courses, and then you were able to navigate through extracurricular activities and other things that you could get involved in in college, and you made it. You completed it. You finished a race. You crossed the finish line. Outside of that, that's where it ends. You will still need to acquire your freedom, your financial freedom, your time freedom, your employment freedom, and your location freedom, because that is a big thing today, location freedom. So, what steps can you take if you decide that you want to make, generate, create, whatever verb you want to use, your first $1 million before going to college? Number one, start your own business. Start your own business. You have to understand that in this day and age, it is very important that you own yourself. I'm not saying don't seek employment, because I do think you can learn a lot from being employed. I think about the YouTuber Stephen Graham and his story. He became very adamant about being an entrepreneur after a year or so in employment, where he decided that that just was not for him, and that he didn't like the way he was being treated in the workplace. So you may need to still go through that experience, even if that employment experience is only to drive home the fact that you do not want to be an employee, you want to be an employer. So start your own business just to see what it's like, and who knows where it might take you or what it might ignite inside of you. Number two, get clear on your why. So you're going to need something to keep you driven and focused. So for me, my why is to be free. I want to be free. I've always wanted to be free since I was a child, but now it is the only thing that I am pursuing because to me, it's the only thing that's worth pursuing. So you need to get clear on your why. Why are you doing this? Is it so that you can not have to pay for your education with student loans? Is it so that you can not have to work for an employer when you graduate? Is it so that you can take care of your mother? Is it so that you can take care of your father? Is it so that you can retire early? Figure out your why so that you can stay motivated. Number three, consider this goal as a gap year or 2 or 3, but no more than 4. There's nothing wrong with taking a gap year between high school and college. That is actually what I'm in the process of doing right now in 2024, taking a gap year. And I say take a 1 to 4 year gap year and begin to build your business, set the foundation for a successful business. That's what I believe that you should do with your gap year. A lot of people travel during their gap year, which is great. You can do both. You can do both. Number 4, use your business success or failure as part of your college admissions essay. So a lot of, you know, colleges require students to write an admissions essay before they go in the as part of the application process. So how great would it be and how much would you stand out if you say, you know, I took a gap year off to start my own business and I was able to generate this amount of money, or I did not generate this amount of money, and this is what I learned from my failure. It will definitely make you stand out. Number 5, read books on or written by college entrepreneurs such as Dr. Randall Pinkett, which is someone I admire greatly, or Mark Zuckerberg, who is the founder of Facebook. Study their journeys and watch how they moved and how they might have used the college campus for their benefit or for their business's benefit. Number 6, write a business plan and make sure that business plan spans throughout the duration of your undergraduate year. Number 6, set up your business so that you can sustain it while you are in college. So create a digital business, create a location free business, create a business that is not overwhelming for you or a product line that is simple to market or simple to manage or simple to disseminate so that you can continue to go to school and still run your business. I think I'm on number 8. Number 8, study financial literacy so you will know how to invest that $1 million that you make for safekeeping. So I think yesterday I talked about taking financial literacy courses. Study financial literacy so that if you do generate that money through your business and you decide to go off to college, make sure that you understand how to invest that money so that it can stay with you throughout college and beyond. Number 9, define what freedom looks like for you and base your entrepreneurial goal on that. So for me, what freedom looks like being able to pay my own way, being able to own myself. And that does not require $1 million. $1 million is a retirement number for me, but owning myself is not that expensive. So you need to figure out how much does your freedom cost? What's the price of your freedom? Sit down with a financial planner or study money on your own and figure out what is your freedom number, and then use your business to generate that. And that could be as small or as large as you like, but figure that out and base your business on that. So now, to piggyback off of that, a more realistic but still viable version of what my goal is to use your business to create your projected post-college annual salary. So this path can also lead to freedom for you. So for instance, if you are majoring in education and you have done research and realized that as a teacher, you will earn $60,000, begin a business that will generate that same amount of money, that $60,000, just in case you graduate, you go into the field of teaching and you don't like it, or you become burnt out, as some people do. And so if you do become burned out, you can always think to yourself, well, I have a business that also generates this same amount of money, so I can leave this profession and go and work for myself. So that's a more realistic, or, well, I take back the word realistic, because I really do believe that we can accomplish anything we set our mind to. So let's not use the word realistic. Let's use the word feasible for a college going student, a student who may not have studied financial literacy just as of yet, or is just learning to understand their college journey and how they could use their college journey to free themselves, which is most important. So ultimately, I believe that every student who wants to attend college should attend college. But given the state of our global society, particularly as it relates to economics, I would be remiss to teach you all or advise you all that having your own means for making money is not as equally as important as going to college, because it is probably more important than going to college. Yes, go to college, but also have your own way of making money. Use college as a resource for your freedom. I will repeat that. Use college as a resource for your freedom, and always have different streams of freedom. So if you consider starting a business prior to going to college, and prioritizing setting up your business and having it able to run whether you are asleep or not prior to going to college, that will set you free. And that is what I want for all young people, particularly young people who look like me. Thank you so much for listening. And please go to college, even if it is after starting your own business and using that business to free yourself financially. Thank you.